what YouTube does, they automatically convert it to FLV, to streaming video. Okay. So actually, that was quite surprising for me. And there was another problem with MP3 because podcasts are currently a hot topic in e-learning, and they work quite slowly as well. And so I decided I tried to find, and quite successfully, a service on the internet, and it's working fine now. Okay. I don't have sound on this computer, so I'm not going to show you an example of that. So which formats can you actually host? There's quite a lot I found out. Okay, I started with videos, and you can host docs, okay, which is not a native Word is not a native web format, of course. You can host XLS, you can host PowerPoint like this one, AVI, FLV videos, MP3s, PDFs. Usually nowadays people have a plugin, which is no problem anyway, and JPEG, not single pictures but slideshows, okay, which are much harder. And of course, Adobe Flash. The interesting thing about Adobe Flash is, of course it's a native format, but it's not really that easy to get it into Moodle, because Moodle is based on PHP, and you have to know a little bit about it. If you have an external hosting service, you don't have to know nothing. You don't have to know anything about it. So I've told you the format. So where can you host them? Video, of course, on YouTube. Okay. There is a problem. The first time I tried this, there was a problem. I can't imagine which problem I had. It's gone. I included some videos from YouTube.
In school organization, many times some sites are closed.
Yes, right, that's right. Okay, so there's a firewall. We're behind the firewall, and that didn't allow us to use YouTube. But I only had to speak to the administrator, and he opened it up on the firewall. Okay. If you cannot do that, you can actually use Google Video, okay, or even TeacherTube. There's a service which is called TeacherTube, which is very likely not closed or forbidden in any school. Okay, and there are photographs. Okay, I just used because they're called Castle Web Album. The most famous one is probably Flickr, but there are lots of other ones like PhotoBucket and so on. Okay. Audio, so this was kind of discovery for me. What I'm using is Podbean. Okay, anybody here heard about that? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm not using podcasts on Moodle, but I'm hosting them on that website, and I'm going to embed them in my Moodle course. Same thing for PowerPoint slides. Traditionally, if you wanted to convert PowerPoint for the web, that was expensive because you needed a converter which used to be not free. Nowadays there's a free converter, which I'm going to show you. But if you upload your PowerPoint slides on SlideShare or Slidesroom, they automatically convert into Flash video. Okay? And you don't have to pay for it. They host it and they convert it, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay? So the whole process is pretty easier. Then docs, I use script which use Flash paper or iPaper. Our rather new service is acrobat.com by Adobe. Then there are lots of online services which do not have embed code yet, but which might have embed code in the future. That's Google Docs or Zoho or MS Office Line. Okay? And there are various other ones like Facebook, MySpace, Our Media, which host different kind of media which you might be able to include in Moodle course, okay? Which is a nice thing because most kids have a MySpace account. Facebook is not very popular in our school, but most students have a MySpace account. And you, if they have the function of an embed code, you can actually embed media from that. So there are 5 quite simple steps, quite easy steps to do that. First, actually I left out the first step. You have to subscribe with a service, like you have to subscribe with YouTube. Okay, you have to register, which is usually free. Sometimes they might offer a professional version, which you have to pay for, but for school, the free versions usually is enough. Okay, so step number 1 is you log in at the web host. Number 2 is you upload the file. Step number 3 is you have to share or publish the file. Okay, not on YouTube, because when you upload a video on YouTube, the default setting is that it's already published on the internet. You have to actually unshare a video from YouTube. Then once you upload a video on YouTube, the first thing you get is the embed code. Okay, you copy that code and you paste it into your Moodle course or into a CMS, into a content management system. Okay, so this is just I've already shown you the Moodle course. As I said, if you have done it on YouTube, you don't have to publish it. That's the default setting, but usually it's just an easy step. It says which file you have already uploaded do you want to publish, and I've chosen the file and I said publish, and that's it. Okay. Once you have published the file, you have to find the embed code. Okay. Sometimes it's pretty obvious. In this case, it's over here. You just click on copy and you get the embed code. So a very simple process is simply copy and paste. And I paste it into Moodle. Okay, how do I do that? I have to turn on the HTML editor. Okay. And I simply paste it with the code I get. I simply paste. This looks very confusing. You simply paste it in and you turn off the HTML editor. So the result is your media on your Moodle, in your Moodle code. This example is flash paper. This is just a Word document which I can see, watch in my Moodle course. I don't have to download the file. Actually, it's impossible to download the file. Okay, which is a nice thing if you don't want the students to do that. Just how do you actually how do the media actually get into your Moodle code? That's via the object or the embed tag. As I said, it looks terribly complicated if you look at it for the first time, but it's not really that complicated, and you don't really need to know much about it. The only thing you might want to need about it is make the size. The size might be too small, too large. If you have, for example, if you have a slideshow picture, it might be too small or too large. So you can actually accommodate that in with the height and with attributes. Actually, the object and the embed code are really the same thing. It's only Microsoft Internet Explorer uses the object tag, and the other browsers usually use the embed tag. It can be even easier than that. So that you actually don't have to upload your files. You can, with many applications nowadays, you can do it directly from your application where you produce the media. They usually have a function which directly uploads those files to your web.o service, .o service, like Premiere Elements. You can upload a video directly to YouTube. Another nice thing is Picasa, which goes together with Google Picasa Web Album, and it's free. You just import your pictures from your from your camera, and with one click you can upload them to your web album. One very handy program I found is called iSpring. It actually converts PowerPoint to Flash, and it's free. Okay. Not only does it convert it to Flash, but you can, with one click, you can upload it to Slide.com. Okay. So you have one PowerPoint, you get you have a conversion to Flash Flash format, and you upload it to Slide.com. It's very easy to use and very handy, and it's free. One thing I've discovered only recently is Delicious. Has anybody worked with Delicious? Yeah. Okay, quite a lot actually. I'm surprised. I've heard about it. And the thing is, usually as a teacher, you make the course, okay, and the kids just use it, okay. In this case, if I have a topic, I can actually make the kids find out websites, okay.